Marilyn Manson is currently in the midst of his European tour, and in my opinion, he's been putting on some of the best shows of his career. With the musician recently celebrating 4 years of sobriety, which is quite the accomplishment. And speaking of sobriety, when we go to shows, unfortunately, far too often there are people in the crowd who seemingly don't get out enough and got to start stuff with people around them. And a lot of times, maybe there's a little too much alcohol consumption involved as well. And that's exactly what happened during this show last night in Amsterdam, where Manson needed to pause things and make sure whatever this altercation that was going on had finished up so that he could continue the show. Here's what went down.
Are you guys almost done over here? We're trying to do a concert. Well, I might as well introduce myself. I'm Marilyn Manson and I'm a drug addict.
Now, ever since August of last year, Manson has been very busy with the release of his latest album, that comeback record, after several years of these legal issues that he had been dealing with that criminal investigation being dropped that went on for multiple years. His home was raided in that. And then just a few short weeks ago, they announced that they were not going to be pursuing that investigation any further into him. And also we saw Marilyn Manson recently spotted a couple of times with Falling in Reverse frontman Ronnie Radke. And Ronnie shared this photo of the two artists hanging out. Makes a lot of people wonder if there could be some sort of a collaboration between the two musicians in the future. I think that would be so sick. And Ronnie was also spotted at his birthday when Manson actually spoke about his sobriety to his friends and family in attendance. Here's what he had to say.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. I really appreciate it. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for everybody here, even the new people I haven't met yet. And everybody else who's loved and supported me. I love you guys. Thank you for everything.
We love you.
In exactly 1 month, it'll be my 4 years sober. So I get another cake then too.
Now, it's been quite the journey for Manson, and for a time, it appeared as though he may never return to music after those allegations were made against him. In early 2021, he lost his label, his team, and, just so many people who were around him. And so when he came back in August of last year with that surprise announcement, signing to Nuclear Blast and all of that, there were still some of these suits going on, including his lawsuit against Evan Rachel Wood, which he later dropped. And then that criminal investigation was looming. But just a few weeks ago, they announced that will not be going forward. Here's what they said. It was an extensive criminal investigation that went on for nearly 4 years, mostly under the tenure of former District Attorney George Gascon. But with a new DA in office, Nathan Hochman, he said that the allegations are too old under the law and there wasn't sufficient evidence to charge the 56-year-old musician. He said in a statement, "We have determined that allegations of domestic violence fall outside of the statute of limitations, and we cannot prove charges of sexual assault beyond a reasonable doubt." Manson's attorney, Howard King, applauded the decision. He said, "We are very pleased that after a thorough and incredibly lengthy review of all of the actual evidence, the district attorney has concluded what we knew and expressed from the start. Brian Warner is innocent." And you got to think there's going to be more new music sooner rather than later, with the name of his album being One Assassination Under God, Chapter 1. So we'll keep an eye on that. That is the latest news in the world of Marilyn Manson. As always, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe with notifications on for the latest news and updates.